हेलो दोस्तों, वेलकम बैक एक नए वीडियो के साथ। आज मैं आपको एक वीडियो शो कर रही हूँ जो है एक सील शो तोरंगा ज़ू सिडनी में। और ये मेरा तोरंगा ज़ू का बेस्ट एक्सपीरियंस था।
And welcome to Taronga Zoo and to Seals for the Wild, proudly powered by Red Energy. I'm Kiva Rihanna, and all of the seals that you're going to meet today are either rare, rescued, or have been relocated. And these amazing seals, they're Taronga's ambassadors for the wild. Our first seal you're going to meet, he goes by the name of Bondi, and he is a rescued long-nosed or New Zealand fur seal. As the name suggests, these guys are native of his body. Now, he was brought into our hospital where our amazing vets and vet nurses looked after him. They got him back to the healthy state you can see him in today, although his wounds were really significant, and because of that, he was in our care for a really long time. He wasn't able to be released back to the wild. But he's been with us here at Taronga for around 7 years now and grown substantially in that time. Bondi, do you want to say hi to everyone? Nice work, buddy. Now, did you know you all have something in common with Bondi? Have a look at your hands. Now check out Bondi's flipper. Good boy. In that flipper, he's got the same bone structure that our hands have. Now, most people think of a seal's flippers as being awkward for moving around on the land, but an eared seal like Bonds can actually get around the land with quite a lot of ease. So let's have a watch as he goes for a walk. What are you staring at? You want to go for a walk, Bonds? There you go. Now, using all 4 flippers, Bondi can make his way to the top with ease, and it's not uncommon to find this species sitting on very high cliffs. It is in the water, though, where we see how amazing those flippers are, taking the shortcut. Now, the behaviour that Bondi is going to show you now is what we call bowing or porpoising. Hopefully. We might see it. Oh. There it is. Now, this is a natural behaviour. It's used for seals when they're chasing down their prey and getting away from predators. They can reach speeds of 30 or 40 kilometres an hour using this natural behaviour. Now, at the moment, Bondi's feeling a little bit lazy because he's just about to start his annual molt. For a fur seal that has 2 layers of fur, that molt can be pretty annoying. They get them really itchy. He doesn't really want to eat at all, and he just kind of wants to sleep all day. Now, we were talking about predators a moment ago, and there are many predators out in the ocean. Seals are a fantastic predator, but there is another one that's just as important as our seal friends. Gets a bit of a bad name sometimes though, doesn't it, buddy? What are we talking about today, everyone? Guess what Bondi's trying to be? A shark. Beautiful shark impersonation. Bonds, nice work. What he's showing you here though is actually a natural behaviour. It's how seals cool down. See, fur seals, they've got 2 thick layers of fur, like I mentioned before. That fur coat is so good at keeping their body heat in that it's only Bondi's naked and hairless flippers that will allow his body heat to escape. So after a hot day or a big meal, all he has to do is raise a flipper out of the water and catch a nice sea breeze and cool his whole body down. Now, when Bondi first came to Taronga, he was just around 18 months of age. He was weighing in only 8 kilos. He's currently his heaviest weight he's ever been at 125 kilos. He's very, very strong, and he can actually support his entire body weight on his 2 front flippers alone. Let's show off, buddy. Whoa. Amazing, nailed it. Me and Bondi only are here to get things started today, so let's say goodbye, buddy. Well done. There you go. Joining us is one of our largest. He's a male California sea lion, and he comes by the name of Cisco. Now he's quite large for a 7-year-old. He's weighing in just shy of 240 kilos. That's completely normal for the California sea lions. They are quite large. Now Cisco is out here with Keeper Jake, and they're going to be running through a few husbandry behaviours. Now husbandry behaviours are some of the first behaviours that seals will learn to do with us. They're a form of cooperative care that our seals know to do to take part in their health checks. So something simple like getting him to lift up his flipper so that Jacob can check underneath. It's just a simple way for us to be able to check all over their body really carefully just to make sure that they're healthy every day. Now also getting Cisco to open his mouth on cue so we can get a really close checkup of those teeth. But even more importantly, because our seals like to play fight a lot, sometimes they can get some minor wounds in their mouth that we might need to check over. Getting Cisco to lie down on cue might seem pretty simple, but it's actually a really vulnerable position for our seals and many animals to be in. So it just shows how much trust goes into the relationship between seal and trainer, for them to be able to lie down and roll over on cue and stay there really comfortably so we can give them really close checkovers. If we are to see that there are any external wounds, then we can get really close in with some medication. If we notice that they flinch around a certain part, it might be that we need to get them x-rayed or scanned. And we can also get them to do this lie down and roll over behaviour for those x-rays and scans as well. Now Cisco's looking like he's moving around pretty comfortably, so I think he's done pretty well with his health check. It's a nice short one. Thank you very much, Cisco. He's going to head off stage. Now it's not just our health check sessions that we need to keep quite short. We like to keep all our training sessions pretty short. You might notice that some of the seals don't want to leave the stage pool, and that's because they find it so rewarding out here that a lot of the time they just simply decide. His name is Diego. He came over to us here at Taronga Zoo with Cisco just a bit under 6 years ago. Now Diego is going to be showing us quite a few different behaviours, and the first one are just a few different natural behaviours that we'll see a lot of our seals doing out there in the wild. Now all the seals that you'll see today are eared seals, which means that even though they spend a lot of time in the water, they also spend a lot of time on land. So even though this is a trained behaviour, lying down and rolling over, simple behaviours as well as natural behaviours, our seals spend a lot of time on land, giving himself a bit of a scratch, but a lot of the time they come up onto land just to simply rest and sleep. Now we're heading into the water for some water behaviours as well. Now the first few that we are seeing are known as thermoregulation. So just simply a way for our seals to be able to cool down when they're in the water. This first one is by Diego presenting his rear flippers. Our seals have really thick fur coats that are so good at keeping the heat trapped in their body that it's only their naked and hairless flippers that allow the heat back out again when they're trying to cool down. So one of the ways they can do this is by sticking their rear flippers out of the water like this. They look a little bit uncomfortable, but depending on how they're feeling, it might be their preferred option. If not, they can also stick their front flippers out as well. You could get a quick view of this. Jade is going to give you another quick view.
Oh.
This is really common for a lot of marine species, especially marine mammals like dolphins, whales and seals. It's really important when they're chasing down prey or trying to get away from predators. Now at the moment, Diego's got a very impressive diet, and every day he's eating up to 10 kilos of fish. It's a lot of seafood to go through, but what happens when that seafood runs out? Unfortunately, we're overfishing our oceans, and it's making it harder for a lot of marine animals out there to find their food. So Diego's going to head down to the side of the pool with Keeper Jose. They're going to try to hate it. They get so excited about doing it. They try to keep doing that even if we don't ask them. So let's try that one again. This time you'll see that Jose asked him to join him on his left-hand side.
There we go. And Diego's going to have a quick look in this water to see if there's any fish down there. Another quick look. All right, Diego, was there anything down there? No, there wasn't. But there's something that you can all do to help. Your choices matter. Next time you're shopping for seafood, ask for MSC. When you buy seafood with the MSC blue fish tip that's just on the wharf there, it's guaranteeing that the fisheries that you're buying from help protect fish stocks, jobs, and the environment. So ask for MSC. Which one, Diego? That one there. And you can ensure a future for Diego's wild cousins. And that makes all of us here on Marine Mammals very happy. Oh, that's another point. Where's that happy face, Diego? There we go, very quick happy face while also still pointing at the sign. Very impressive. Well, Diego, you've been amazing as always, so he's going to quickly wave goodbye before he heads off stage. Thank you very much, Diego. Very impressive as always. Isabella, everybody say hi, Isabella. Isabella, you're going to be meeting Murphy, but probably old, but he's very, very sweet. So come on over. And you can stand just here on the red spot near Murphy. And make sure you turn around as well. Okay, perfect. Now, as we saw Cisco and Jacob doing, the first thing we'll be doing is a flipper check. So when Murphy brings his flipper up, you can hold on to that one. Yep, you can hold on. Have a good look at it. Oh, look. How is it looking? It looks good? Perfect, yeah, it looks pretty good to me as well. Now the next thing you have to do is make sure that Murphy is comfortable with all over body checks, just like, again, we saw Cisco and Jacob doing. So just like this, you can reach in and give Murphy a bit of a touch on the chest there.
Oh.
Nice work. How did he feel? He felt good as well? Was he wet? Yeah, good. That means you spend a lot of time in the water, and that's what we want. Okay, the last thing you have to do is make sure you get a photo for your first day as a zookeeper. So stepping right there on the red spot, looking out into the audience. I'm sure someone's got their camera on you. Oh, there we go, right there. Getting a nice close-up. And of course, the most handsome those chins. Absolutely handsome, Murphy. Well, you've done such a great job. Let's get you back to your seat. Thank you so much. Oh, hold on a second. Murphy was just reminding us we all forgot to wave goodbye. So everyone can help us out by waving goodbye to Murphy. He was quickly saying goodbye before he heads off stage. Thank you very much, Murphy. And of course, as well, to our brand new zookeeper here at Taronga Zoo. Did a great job with him. Now, the next seal that's joining us is another one of our California sea lions. They are the most common seal to be seen in zoos, aquariums, movies, documentaries all over the world because they're always so energetic and agile. Now, as the name suggests, they're naturally found along the western coast of the United States, ranging from around Vancouver in Canada all the way down to Baja, Mexico. Now, they live really closely to humans, which is why they are so comfortable around us, but they're really just like your working dogs. All of our California sea lions are always really full of energy and raring to go, waiting for their training sessions. So it just goes to show how happy they are to not only take place in all the different training sessions, we can really see a huge change in their personalities if we are ever to have to stop or hold back on their training sessions for whatever reason. Like this next behaviour that Peppa's learning to do. It's what we call a high bow, and it's where he's going to jump into the water and back out again to touch his nose on the buoy in the middle of the pool. But to help with this, I need you all to give Peppa the cue to jump. So on the count of 3, I need you all to yell, jump Peppa, and throw your hands in the air. Can you do that? Yeah? Okay, Peppa just needs a bit of a run up. Quick warning for those in the first few rows. You might get a little bit of a splash with this one. So maybe put away those phones and cameras. Okay, Peppa is in position, and so have those that have decided to hide. On the count of 3, yelling, jump Peppa. 1, 2, 3.
Jump Peppa! Eh?
Guys, I thought you all did a pretty good job, but Peppa's only got small ears, so let's check in with him. Peppa, was that loud enough for you? He said no. That's okay, I think we just need a bit more energy. So on the count of 3, really give it everything you've got, yelling jump Peppa, and don't forget to throw those hands in the air. If we're ready, 1, 2, 3! Amazing job, Peppa. Free shower for those in the front row. Big round of applause for yourselves and Peppa as well. Shows just how much strength, are incredibly strong in their front flippers, which is how they're able to move around so comfortably and easily on land. Peppa is weighing in at about 260 kilos. He's going to show you just how strong those front flippers are. Very impressive, Peppa. Well, you've been an absolute champion as always. He's going to quickly wave goodbye before he heads off stage. Thank you, Pep. And of course, Jose and Keeper Jacob as well. They did a pretty good job. Now, the last species that you'll see here in Sydney, they're found all along the southern coastline of Australia, even all the way over to areas of Western Australia, so very far from New Zealand. 2 years ago, he came into our wildlife hospital that's here on site, and he had some pretty bad sharp wounds on his side, which you'll see as he's moving around. Now, he stayed in our care for a few months as he built up his endurance again and built up his health, and he wasn't a suitable candidate to be released, which is why he now calls Taronga home. What's more exciting is that Abel's going to be coming for a walk through the crowd here. Now, this is a really important form of enrichment, as I was quickly mentioning earlier. But the most important thing that you guys can all do, because you play a really important part in this, is just by simply staying in your seats. Definitely don't try to reach out to touch Abel, as he might get a little bit confused or scared. And we'll leave these doors open at all times, so if he does get scared, he can just simply choose to take himself home. So this is the amazing Abel. And as he's moving around, we'll be able to see his scars that are very obvious on his left-hand side. Now, he's done this quite a few times, so he is quite comfortable out here, getting up close to those people that he doesn't know. It's really good for us to be able to bring our seals out into different sights and sounds and different areas that they're not used to, just to change up their days. So Abel is quite a little bit smaller than our California sea lions that you've seen, and he'll never get quite as large. The New Zealand fur seals or the long-nosed fur seals, when they're completely mature as males, they'll only be able to reach weights of really up to maybe 170 kilos. But it all comes down to the individuals as well. One other little difference that you'll probably notice with Abel is his beautiful fur coat. Being a fur seal, he has 2 layers of fur. Veterinary and keeping staff to try to rehabilitate and then release these animals back out into their natural habitat. It's generally only if they've been in our care for too long and they lose a lot of those vital life skills like socialisation or hunting skills that they're not always suitable candidates to be released again. And that's what happened with Abel here and a few of the other seals that we have here at Taronga Zoo. Now, Abel was looking very comfortable. I hope you all got some good photos and videos of just how cute he is. So he's going to simply wave goodbye. He looks very happy with himself. The small, oh, yep, okay, that was half a wave. He's got really little flippers. He can only wave so much. Thank you very much, Abel. He's going to head up. You can give him a round.
Well, hi everyone, I'm Jake and this here is Murphy, another one of our amazing animals here at Seals of the Wild. Now, Murphy is a California sea lion, naturally found on the west coast of the United States. Now, Murphy's also one of the heaviest and he's also the oldest seal that we have here at Taronga Zoo. He turns 18 in only next week, actually, just before Christmas. Now, today Murphy's going to show us all the life of a seal.
Oh, yo.
Now, the life for a seal in the wild isn't always easy, and human impacts are often one of their biggest challenges. But Murphy did such a great job. Didn't he do a good job? Yeah, he did. Good job, buddy. Got a big bucket of fish waiting for you. Your favourite. Now, you may have all just noticed how great our seals are at catching fish when we throw it to them. And it's because of those whiskers. So Murph, let's give everyone a closer look. Now on the count of 3, I need everyone's help. I need everyone to say whiskers and look towards the end of Murphy's nose. 1, 2, 3. There they are. Now it says sensitive whiskers that help with the sense of touch, helping seals just like Murphy detect fish in dark and murky waters. Now at the moment, Murphy's our largest seal, and on any given day, he's eating around 10 kilograms of fish. That's around 2 of these buckets filled to the very top of his favourites. But Murph, what happens when all that seafood runs out? What happens? It makes you very upset. Now, unfortunately, we're overfishing our oceans, and it's making it harder and harder for seals just like Murph to find a feed out there in the wild. So Murph, when you're ready, come on down to the water's edge to help me check out to see if there's any fish left. Good boy. Alright, let's have a look. Nice looking, Murph. Now Murphy, did you see any fish down there? No. But is there something we can do about that? You're right. Your choices matter. Now the next time you're out shopping for seafood, choose MSC. The MSC fish tick that you can see underneath Murphy there, now that's a guarantee that the seafood that you're buying has come from a fishery that helps protect fish stocks, jobs, and the environment. So choose MSC. Which one, Murph? That one. Good boy. That one right there. Choose MSC and you too can be a champion for the wild. And I'll tell you what, that also makes Murphy a really happy seal, doesn't it, buddy? Where's your happy face? There it is. Good smiling. Good job, buddy. Now, Murphy, you've done an awesome job. Now, we're going to say goodbye to everyone. Good job. And we're going to welcome out a friend of ours. This here's Peppa.
Thanks, Jake. Thanks, Murph. Didn't they do a great job? Yeah. Sea lions, just like Murphy, but a few years Murph's junior. Now, one thing that's really different between Murph and Diego is their vocalizations, and Diego's voice hasn't quite broken, has it, buddy? Not just yet. Well done, buddy. Now, we really appreciate you all joining us here today, but stay in your seats, our seals and keepers. We are...
Now, we really thank you so much for joining us. Stay right where you are because Jose and some of our other seals are just about to come out to say their final farewell. But remember, next time you're shopping for seafood, ask for MSC and you could be a champion for the wild. We thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day here at Taronga Zoo and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Peppa.